Welcome back to Shoaib Stories, where we bring you real stories of struggle, success, and the power of never giving up. Today's story is about a man who built not just skyscrapers, but an identity known across the world. A man whose life has been filled with controversy, courage, and constant comebacks. This is the story of Donald John Trump, the boy from Queens who dared to dream big enough to build his name into a global brand. So sit back, relax, and let's begin this incredible journey. It's June 14th, 1946. In Queens, New York, a baby cries in a quiet brick house. His name is Donald John Trump. His father, Fred Trump, was already a successful real estate developer. His mother, Mary Ann, had come from Scotland with dreams of her own. They taught their children discipline, hard work, and pride. But young Donald was different. He wasn't quiet. He wasn't ordinary. He was loud, confident, and competitive, even as a child. At 13, his energy got him into trouble, so his parents sent him to the New York Military Academy. It wasn't punishment, it was training. There, Donald learned order, responsibility, and leadership. He discovered something powerful. When he took charge, people followed. That spark, that hunger to lead, never left him. After high school, Donald went to Fordham University for 2 years. Then, he transferred to the Wharton School of Finance at the University of Pennsylvania. Even then, his mind was already in business mode. He graduated in 1968 and joined his father's company. But where his father built small homes in Brooklyn and Queens, Donald looked across the East River and saw something bigger: Manhattan. To him, Manhattan wasn't just a place. It was a symbol of success, fame, and risk. His father warned him, "Son, Manhattan is a tough world. Don't go there." Donald smiled. "Then that's exactly where I'm going." In the mid-1970s, Manhattan was falling apart. Old hotels were closing, streets were dangerous, investors were afraid. But Donald saw what others didn't: potential. He found a bankrupt hotel near Grand Central Station, the Commodore Hotel. Everyone else saw failure. He saw a diamond covered in dust. He convinced banks to lend him money, convinced city officials to give him tax breaks, and convinced himself that he could pull it off. Years later, the Grand Hyatt New York opened, glowing, elegant, and alive again. The city took notice. So did the world. The young man from Queens had done the impossible. Then came Trump Tower. Gold glass, marble floors, waterfalls inside a skyscraper. It wasn't just a building, it was a statement. People laughed at the idea. They said it was too much, too expensive, too ambitious. But when it opened in 1983, it became one of the most famous addresses in the world. Trump Tower wasn't just real estate, it was branding. It was confidence made of steel and glass. And soon, the name Trump began to appear on hotels, casinos, and even airplanes. He was living proof that if you think big enough, your name itself can become your empire. But success is a dangerous friend. The 1980s were golden. Then came the storm. The early 1990s brought recession. The economy fell. Banks wanted their money back. Trump's empire was drowning in debt. Headlines read, "Trump in trouble. Trump empire collapsing." He lost billions on paper. The pressure was immense. People said he was finished. But Donald didn't believe in finished stories. He went back to his roots, negotiating, fighting, and rebuilding. He sold assets, cut deals, and kept moving. He once said, "Sometimes losing a battle helps you find a new way to win the war." And that's exactly what he did. By the late 1990s, he was back, stronger, smarter, and even more famous than before. Then came television, a new stage, a new audience. In 2004, The Apprentice hit American screens. Millions watched as he sat in a golden boardroom, facing hopeful entrepreneurs and uttering 2 words that became iconic: "You're fired." The show became a phenomenon. Trump became a cultural icon. He wasn't just a businessman anymore. He was entertainment influence, and inspiration all in one. He turned reality TV into business education. He showed that in life, you don't wait for opportunity, you create it. By 2015, Donald Trump had wealth, fame, and a brand known around the world. But he wanted something bigger than buildings. He wanted to leave a mark on history. So he did what few ever imagined. He rode down the golden escalator at Trump Tower and announced, "I am running for President of the United States." The world laughed. The media mocked. Even his friends doubted him. But Trump didn't care. He'd been the underdog before. He'd been counted out before. And in 2016, he won. One of the most shocking victories in modern history. From a New York businessman to the Oval Office, it was a story no Hollywood writer could have invented. The presidency tested him like never before. Every decision brought both praise and protest. Every word became a headline. For some, he became a symbol of change. For others, a source of division. But through every storm, one thing was constant: his resilience. The man who built towers had now built influence that reached the entire world. When his term ended, many thought his story was over again. But Donald Trump doesn't believe in endings. He continues to speak, to plan, and to stay in the public eye. Because some people chase success once, others live it, lose it, and rebuild it over and over again. That's the kind of energy that never retires. Take away politics, take away fame, and what's left is a story about belief. A boy who dreamed bigger than his father's world. A man who faced failure, criticism, and doubt, but refused to stop. The message? You don't have to be perfect to make history. You just have to keep going when others give up. In his own words, without passion, you don't have energy. Without energy, you have nothing. That's the real secret of Donald Trump's journey. Not wealth or fame, but unbreakable belief. And that was today's story. The journey of Donald John Trump, the boy from Queens who turned vision into victory. No matter who you are or where you're from, remember this: success doesn't belong to the chosen few. It belongs to those who refuse to quit. Thank you for watching Shoaib Stories, where every struggle becomes inspiration, and every failure leads to a new beginning. If this story inspired you today, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more true stories of real people who changed the world. Because your story might be the next one we tell.